Saturday night, Canelo Alvarez versus Lara. This is going to be an outstanding fight. Let me first get into some of the storylines that I will be looking for in this matchup. So there was a report that came out last week saying that Canelo Alvarez is calling all the shots in his camp and that he is weighing 168 pounds. So it's not a good report that came out, and some people believe it, some people don't. I'm one of these people who do not believe this report, and I think that Canelo Alvarez is very motivated by Lara's talk he's been doing on Twitter. He's been very vocal. And I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to be ready to go for this fight, and I do not believe that report. Canelo Alvarez is a guy, remember, is taking on Lara, who is a very dangerous fighter, has fought Floyd Mayweather and Austin Trout as well. So he's been taking on very credible fighters, and I think that he wants to go down as a fighter with a great legacy in the sport of boxing. Now, that's strictly just my opinion. Now, another thing I will be looking for in this fight is I want to see what kind of strategy Canelo Alvarez comes into this fight with. If you remember correctly, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he didn't really have an excellent strategy. I don't know really what his corner was doing. It didn't make a lot of sense. And they didn't really adjust and help Canelo Alvarez out throughout that fight. And in my opinion, I think Canelo Alvarez would be better with a different set of trainers. The third point I want to make in this fight, I'll be looking for to see how Canelo Alvarez is down the stretch of this fight. There's been stamina issues in the past with Canelo Alvarez, and I want to see how he looks when he has to chase down a very mobile fighter in Lara and see how much is left in the tank for him. And my fourth and final point that I want to make about leading up to this fight would be, how is Lara going to react when Canelo Alvarez hits him on that chin? Remember, he went down in the Angulo fight a couple times, actually. So that's what I want to see, because Canelo Alvarez has a lot more skills than Alfredo Angulo does, and Canelo Alvarez packs a punch as well. Now, looking at this fight, let me talk about some of the skills that these two men possess. Let me first start off with Lara. This is a guy who's a southpaw, comes from the Cuban school of boxing, so very technical. He can move around the ring. He has good footwork as well. His straight left is excellent, and he's very good at finding his range. Now, Canelo Alvarez is a guy who has a good chin, good power. He also has improved his head movement, actually, recently, in my opinion. Solid right hand, excellent uppercuts. To me, that's one of his best tools that he possesses. And against Angulo, he actually did some excellent work to the body. So those are some things that I'm really looking for watching this fight between these two fighters. Now, looking at the actual fight, who would I give some advantages to? Well, Lara, in my opinion, I'd have to give him the advantage in technical boxing skills, movement, and footwork. I'd have to give Canelo Alvarez the advantages in power, chin, ability to work the body, inside fighting as well. And he's also physically the bigger of the two, in my opinion. Also, I have to give Lara an edge on having a better coach behind him. I think Ronnie Shields is a lot better trainer than Canelo Alvarez has in his corner, so that's going to be something to look out for in this fight, because Ronnie Shields, I feel, can help Lara make adjustments throughout the fight. I'm not so sure about Canelo's corner. So my pick for this fight, guys, is going to have to be Canelo Alvarez by decision. When I look at this fight, I keep thinking to myself that we're going to see Lara get dropped at some point in this fight. And I think that's going to be a big deciding factor on this matchup from the judge's point of view. And also remember that Canelo Alvarez is really the big star in this fight. And you know how boxing judges work. He will automatically get the benefit of the doubt from one judge at least, and he'll be given a couple extra rounds. Unfortunate, but it is true in the sport of boxing. But nonetheless, I think Canelo Alvarez wins a decision in this fight. This is really a 50-50 fight, so if you disagree with my pick, I completely understand. Excellent matchup, one you don't want to miss. And I really can't wait to watch that fight. And let me know what you guys think. Who will win this fight? For me, Canelo Alvarez is going to have to fight like he did against Angulo. Be aggressive. Try to walk through some of the punches that Lara brings at him. And if you're Erislange Lara, use your movement, your footwork, keep the fight in the center of the ring, throw lots of punches, and keep Canelo Alvarez off you and don't get caught in the corner or on the ropes. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning into the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching. Subscribe if you already haven't. And once again, thank you for your support and enjoy this great boxing event.